1 month later with the Legion Go, after all the updates, after everything, let's talk about it. Yes, people, it's man like Jamo 1 month later with the Lenovo Legion Go. I'm gonna go in straight away. Let's start talking about the build quality and design of this thing. It looks bricky. I think it kind of looks ugly, I'm not gonna lie. Compared to most of Lenovo Legion's gaming laptops and stuff like that, this thing looks ugly, but it does look rigid. It feels rigid, especially this kickstand on the back. That ain't falling off for no one, unlike the first generation of the Nintendo Switch kickstands. And the controllers, they look, ugh, yeah, no. The whole design is not designing for me, but the fact that it's rigid and it feels like a proper solid, expensive piece of hardware, I'm pretty much happy with that. The only thing I'm not really too happy with is the way you reconnect and disconnect the controllers from the body of the device itself. It just feels a bit clunky for me. I thought, maybe after a month of using it, they would feel a bit softer and a bit more intuitive. But as of now, I don't know, maybe I'm comparing it to the Nintendo Switch, but it just feels a bit weird for me. I don't know, maybe after another month, it might feel a little bit more solid. Yeah, I'm on the fence with the controllers being reconnected and disconnected at the moment. Next up, obviously, I gotta talk to you guys about the screen. This screen might have to be one of the best, if not the best, screens I've seen on a handheld Windows gaming PC ever. Definitely better than the Steam Deck original, definitely better than the ROG Ally and the Air Neo 2. Fam, at one point when I was doing my original review, I had to go back and look through the Lenovo list of specs because I thought this thing was an OLED, cause 2K 120 Hz, this screen is better than most people's main gaming monitors kind of thing, fam. I just wish it had the processing power to really go at those 2K graphics, especially at those frame rates. Now, moving on to sound, obviously we got the stereo speaker set up, but I'm not gonna lie, fam, the sound is not wowing me. It's pretty much bog standard. I don't think it's anywhere near as loud or as crisp as Lenovo's tablets are. The Android tablets, those are still like head over heels. Those are quality, fam. Them quad speakers, yeah, they're wavy, fam. But anyway, have a little listen, let me know what you guys think. Now, looking at buttons and inputs and stuff like that on the device, we'll go with the controllers first of all. I wasn't mad at any of the buttons on the controller whatsoever, especially when you take off the right-sided controller and you turn it into a vertical mouse. That actually works better than I expected for FPS games, and generally using it as a vertical mouse for navigating Windows. My main issue was with the dead zone of the left joystick, fam. Like, that just feels proper weird. I wish you could, customize the dead zone a bit. They have had a couple of updates and it has been addressed, but they haven't actually put those updates into the analog stick. So right now, I feel the dead zone is a little bit too big. It's not as sensitive as I'd like it to be. But apart from that, all the buttons, yeah, I'm not mad at them at all. Now, as we're talking about controls, let me move on to the touchscreen, fam, because the touchscreen is actually proper sensitive and it feels really good, almost to the point where, I can't lie, more time I've taken off both of the controllers and I'm using this vertically as a normal Windows 11 tablet, almost like a Windows 11 tablet version of an Apple iPad mini, fam. Like, it literally does everything I need it to do. I can go on my Google Chrome, man can access little shortcuts and thing, and I can do normal Windows 11 desktop stuff in this small tablet form factor. I might even have to make a whole separate video of how much I use this thing as a standard Windows 11 iPad mini equivalent tablet, cause it's legit, cause Now, in terms of gaming, there's something I want to deep to you guys. Yeah, there are two different types of gaming experience. There is console gaming, where you're spoon-fed with everything and basically everything just works as soon as you turn the game on, no matter what conditions you've got your game console in. So I'm talking PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. You know when you turn it on, it's gonna work. Now, PC gaming is a whole different kettle of fish here. Your PC has to be happy for a game to work. You have to have the right amount of updates, you have to have the right settings on the game, the right resolution, and then all the peripherals connected to the PC have to be the right settings as well, fam. So I'm talking, you need, I don't know, if you want your G-Sync, you need a G-Sync monitor, then you need a G-Sync graphics card, all that kind of nonsense. This console right here, this Lenovo Legion Go, I would say kind of sits low-key somewhere in between, but more towards the PC gaming side, because games will work on here, but you're probably gonna have to fiddle with some of those graphical settings to get them working just the way you want. And if you're a PC gamer, that's no issue at all. You can jump into those video graphics settings and sort them out straight away. But if you're a console gamer, you're gonna probably wonder why your game is running at less than 30 frames per second. Now, in my experience, if I just want a game to work, I don't really want to fiddle with the settings too much. I'm personally looking at 720p resolution with low to medium video graphics settings on the games that I'm playing, and this has pretty much worked wickedly across the board of AAA games that I've been playing, stuff like Ratchet and Clank, any of the PlayStation titles that have recently been ported to Steam, like Uncharted, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man. Those games all work wonderfully in 720p, and on such a small screen, they look super sharp. Alright, so the PC gamers watching this now are probably thinking to themselves, but what's the point of having a 2K screen at 120Hz if you're playing games at 720p and 40 frames per second plus? And to be honest, it's a good question, but there are a couple other things that you can use to maximize the full potentials of the hardware. One of them is game streaming. Nvidia GeForce Now allows game streaming at 4K 120 frames per second in one of its highest membership levels. So as long as you download the Nvidia GeForce gaming app on the Legion Go and you've got a good internet connection, you can still get that 120Hz 2K resolution gaming on the Lenovo Legion Go. Another option, if you want to play games natively, is play games that have a much simpler art style. So 2D side-scrolling games, top-down bird's eye view games, or just games that are generally a little bit older, usually can run a lot faster and at a lot higher resolutions on the Lenovo Legion Go thing. Furthermore, I already told you guys how man uses this thing in tablet mode only. So you can use it as a multimedia device, and that means all your Netflix, all your Disney Channel, all them things there will be at 2K resolution in as higher frame rate as they can support. Now we've got to move on to battery life, because after all, this is a portable console, and I can break this down into two sections for you real quick and simple. Now, the first thing is me using this as a simple Windows 11 tablet, where man is basically on Google Chrome throughout the whole day, reading emails, watching YouTube, Netflix, I don't know, shopping on Amazon, just basically doing Chromebook kind of stuff, really, because I'm just chilling on Chrome, might go to Spotify for a bit, but yeah, them kind of normal things there. And this thing can give me well over 4 hours if I'm using it like that. I can even reach 6 hours on some days, and that is pretty much cool for me. I know it's not big in compared to an actual, I don't know, iPad or Android tablet, but for me, considering the fact that it's not meant to be used as a simple tablet like that, I think it's doing pretty well. Now, in terms of playing games, it's no secret that Windows is one of the worst battery sucking operating systems. Whether it's a gaming laptop or a Windows handheld gaming PC like the Lenovo Legion Go, you're looking at 3 hours maximum of battery life, obviously depending on the intensity of the game that you're playing. Now, I'm talking about AAA games like Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War and other stuff that's been, ported from PlayStation to Steam. In Horizon at 720p, 75% screen brightness, I think medium game settings with a mix of low, and obviously man's got the AMD FSR resolution scaling thing going on in the background. I'm getting around 2 hours plus of battery life. Now, for me, that's not the best, especially if you're doing a long flight trip, but the fact that you can easily just plug in another 65-watt power bank means that for me, I don't really care. Like, it would be nice not to have to carry the power bank, but yeah, I don't really care. It's cool for me. It's doable now that I've got the 65-watt power bank. I think that a couple weeks on Lenovo Legion, they've done quite well with the Lenovo Legion Go. They've ironed out some of the bugs that were there initially. There are a couple of bugs left, but it doesn't really hinder the gaming experience too much. And I'd love to see where this Lenovo Legion goes in the future, or perhaps what the sequel will be saying. Let me know what you guys think about the Lenovo Legion Go in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button and the subscribe button so that YouTube think that I'm doing good. And I will catch you guys in the next one.